from. Can I do that? Woohoo! I do have it in me.
Yeah! Yeah, we both have the Mario in us, is the thing.
We all have a little Mario in us.
We all have a little Mario inside of all of us.
Make of that what you want.
This is check out this guy, where we all have a little Mario inside all of us. Apparently.
There's so many ways to take that.
No, not like that. I mean, just a little guy in my chest and my heart. My name's Morg. My pronouns are they, he. And I guess I'm kind of doing a thing, and I'm telling the other host about my past.
Nice.
Who is the other host?
I'm Quatre. I use pretty much all pronouns, and I just discovered that I have a Mario in me, and I need a moment to process that.
No, it's good. It's funny. Now, obviously, like, our listeners, you know who Mario is. He's just an Italian plumber guy in Coastal Kingdom. Who knows? Who cares? You love him, you know him. You might not love him. You might be like, he's in every game, I don't care about him. Fine.
You might be wondering, is he unionized because he does a lot of work and we don't know if he's paid for it?
Yeah, I know. He might not be. I mean, it's hard to have a one-man union also. Maybe two-man, I don't know. Maybe he has a union with his brother. Who knows? But this is gonna be kind of a weird one, because we kind of were decided at last minute, like, hey, we're gonna podcast. I, like, mentioned it before I started making Mario noises. I didn't want to, like, call in a guest last minute, because it's just Quatre and I had kind of joked about doing an episode about, a really vague OC idea I had when I was younger, where I made, you know, oh, Mario has a kid, oh, Paper Maria, because I was really into, especially the first two, I would say the first three Paper Mario games, and with the, Thousand Year Door remake that came out, like, yesterday, maybe 2 days ago at this point, it's gonna be a little bit till this episode comes out, but it's still new, right? Like,
it'll still be new.
Game.
It's not gonna take us a year to edit this.
Yeah, everyone should, you know, it's kind of like, if you have a Switch, you should try it, because it's always ends up on, like, my top 5 game list, so...
I've only ever played one Mario game.
And listen, if you don't... It's not a Mario game. It's not a platformer.
It's not a platformer,
it's more like it's more like a Fire Emblem.
It has jumped on the list. It can come on the list, yeah.
Like, it's not a Fire Emblem, I'm just making it because I was like, I remember...
Is it turn-based?
Yeah, it's turn-based.
Yeah, that's what I need. I cannot handle stress. So
it's not
to be turn-based so I can have a nap when things get too much.
Like, a lot of people are going to be like, it's not like Fire Emblem at all. Like, fine. Yeah, I know. You play as Mario, and then you have partners, right? And you have one partner at a time. You can, like, swap them out.
Mm-hmm.
You can swap them out mid-battle. You can swap them out outside of battle. They all have, like, little moves they can do. You wear badges.
When guys have little moves.
You can wear badges to improve your own moves and your guys' little moves. But it was really successful because I think a lot of the writing was very, like, strong for it, which is an unusual aspect to at least older Mario games. I don't know. I haven't played, like, you know, you might be like, oh, Odyssey is the best Mario game ever, story-wise. I don't know. I haven't played it. But Thousand Year Door, well, the first Paper Mario and Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door have, like, a simple story, but a story nonetheless.
There is some plot.
And what really carries it is it's like a character beats, because, it's like, you know, you can run into, like, NPCs, and they just have, like, fun little jokes, right? Like, they just have fun little... Whoever, like, wrote this game had a good time writing it, like, hopefully is what it seems like, anyway. Like, they're just very... Yeah.
But I get what you mean, like, when you're playing something or you're reading something, and, like, the person who made this must have had the time of their life coming up with all these silly little things. That is a good feeling.
Like, it's a very memorable game, and it gets compared a lot to, there are other turn-based Mario games that people really like, because, again, they have, like, they're very character-driven, they have, like, a plot that's, like, fun, like the Mario and Luigi games, they're also, like, turn-based, you know,
Mm-hmm.
But this is the one that I grew up with, and these three, because really, I keep saying these three, because the first two are the turn-based ones, the third one is kind of its own thing that I liked, but it's not, yeah. But yeah, like, for you, Quatre, you would, if you were to play a Mario game, I think this would probably be the best one for you.
Considering that the other Mario game I played was probably the worst one for me, yeah. Yeah.
There's, like, a little bit of jumping around, but it's mostly, like, puzzles, and you're not, like, jumping, platforming, like, attacking guys. Once you, like, hit a guy, you're in a battle. It, like, takes you to, like, a turn-based battle, you know, like, I, growing up, would be like, oh, it's like Pokemon, right? Like, that's what I think of when I think of turn-based RPGs. Yeah, there's people, have made all kinds of fun challenges for themselves with this game. But yeah, I haven't even bought, like, the remake yet, but, like, everyone I know that's, like, played it so far has been like, oh, they actually did a good job with it. Because, like, sometimes, you get a remake and you're like, this is disappointing, or, like, this isn't exactly what I wanted, or whatever. But I think a lot of people have really liked it. And, yeah, it's fun. It's got, like, it's very approachable, also. And, it's got, like, for a kid's game, it's got, like, some stuff, like, rough around the edges, because you, like, start in this place called Rogueport, which is a lot of, like, ruffian pirates and sailors and stuff that come by.
Nice.
Yeah. Like, you open the game and you're like, oh, there's a gallows in the middle of this game where someone could hang themselves. Great. It's implied, and you can't do it yourself, but it is there.
I love that you're implying that the gallows are used to hang yourself.
Not yourself. Okay, hang other people. Hang people in general.
And you want to be really extra, yeah. Damn, the Mario games are a lot harder than I thought they were. I didn't know about any of this.
God damn it. But yeah, I mean, I guess a lot, like, if you're looking for remakes that are, like, as different as, like, I know the Final Fantasy VII remake was, like, a huge change, and people loved that for that reason or whatever, but it's not that. It's kind of the same game, but with, like, quality of life changes. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those games where I've played it. I don't replay a ton of games because I don't know why I'm like that, but I play a game. There's, like, a couple games that I play multiple times. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Hollow Knight, and then various, like, rogue-like games, like your Hades, your Binding of Isaac, like, games that you would play, Slay the Spire, those
games that you're supposed to play multiple times. Couldn't be me. I replay my favorites, and I reread my favorites just constantly. If it was good the first time, it's gonna be good the second time.
Yeah, but I feel like every 5 years or so, I, like, replay, like, Thousand Year Door. I'm like, oh yeah, it's been a while since I played this. What if I played Thousand Year Door? And yeah, it's fun. And so I guess it's one of those, like, it stuck with me growing up kind of things. And so I remember at some point as a kid, I was like, I was in the sort of, like, fandoms and spaces where, like, people would be like, what if so-and-so had kids together or whatever? And I'm like, well, I know it's kind of boring, but, like, Mario and Peach are right there, I guess.
Yeah, they might as well have kids, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, to me as a kid, I was like, they're, like, old, they have kid. And I'm like, Mario's probably, like, in his 30s.
He's in his 30s have kids.
I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he's not actually that old. I just thought he was old when I was, like, 10,
God, I remember being 10 and thinking that the 18-year-old taking care of me was an adult.
Yeah.
Why?
Right, exactly. But I was like, this was also before I was like, I'm trans. So I was like, I'm a girl, so I'll make a girl. And it's just me, but not me.
Mood.
Like, without, it's not me, because they have brown hair, because Paper Mario it's like Mario. Instead of going like, oh, they have blonde hair, like...
Not a self-insert, because they have a different name.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And, like, it's just funny. Like, what did I, little Morg, think that I was going to do with this? Like, was I going to write a story? Was I going to, try to make some kind of role play? Was I going to, like, what was I going to do with Paper Mario?
A letter to Nintendo saying, I've got an idea for the next game.
I've got an idea, even though, like, ain't no way people are, like, playing the game of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door and not being like, oh, Mario's fine on his own and Peach is in love with a computer. Like, because there's a computer character who talks to you as Peach a lot and, like, has a big crush on you.
Aww.
And also dances with you at a certain point.
Aww. That is cute.
Like, I would not be surprised if people went and played that game and were like, actually, Peach and Tech is my OTP. Mario and Peach don't ever talk. But, I was like, oh, he's trying to save her, so... Very cool. Thanks.
Yeah, as a child, you're allowed to fall into the tropes. I'll say even more. As an adult, we are still allowed to fall into the tropes. It's fine.
Yeah, but either way, I don't know. Maybe going back, maybe it's like, well... They still had a kid together, but Peach still ended up with Tech, like, the computer can't fucking have a child or something. Or like, oh, she wanted a biological child. I don't know. Who cares? It's Mario.
Mm-hmm. It's what you came up with. No one gets to tell you what goes on in your head.
So true. We're queering Mario, I guess, apparently.
From the one game I've played, sure, yes, allowed.
I mean, the most famous thing about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, like, coming back, people are, like, fucking stoked that there's transphobia in the game, which sounds terrible, right? You're like, what the fuck? But you're like, oh, it's because they're acknowledging the fact that this character is trans. It's more that.
Diversity when...
Diversity when...
Your fave is transphobic, which means...
Well, no, your fave is the trans character, and her sisters are being transphobic. You know, that old chestnut. It's just real. Yeah. It's just real life is the problem.
Unfortunately,
They get better. Because in the American release from, like, 2004, I think is when it came out, was 2004, they were just like, oh, Vivian's just like a woman. She's just an implied cis woman. Even though it's like, oh, in the Japan, they were like, she's just weird. She dressed like lady, but, or whatever. And I was like, how are they gonna handle this in the remake? But, so, you know, it's weird, right? Like, it's not, it's funny, because I feel like a lot of trans women I know are just like, yeah, I love Vivian, and it's kind of wild that, like, she's kind of treated like shit in the original, in the Japanese original, at least, and, like, it's always hard when, like, the character you love is, like, yes, they're canonically trans, but it's complicated. Like, is this a good thing that they're trans? I don't know. Yes, but also...
Yes, but yikes. Watch
out. It's just funny, because I remember growing up, I liked, the character... What really made Thousand Year Door click for me was, eventually I, like, made it to the scary part of the game, right? Where, like, you are in, like, a Halloween-looking, like, scary, like, town. The people are actually all very nice, and they look just a little bit like Frankensteins and, like, mummies and stuff, you know? They look a little, like, spooky, but they're actually very nice, but they're turning into pigs.
Is Boo in it?
Boos are in it, but you have to fight them.
That's fine. I love fighting my face.
Boos are also in the first game, which is also turn-based. You have a Boo partner, actually. She rocks. She's like, weird, like, I live in a mansion Boo lady, and she's like, this place is so stuffy, let's leave. But actually, Vivian does a lot of the stuff that, Lady Bow, that's the Boo in the first game, does, where, like, you kind of go invisible for a little bit. I think this really clicked for me because I was, like, a kid, right, and I was like, it's kind of genuinely, like, not scary in, like, I have nightmares way, but, like, scary in a way that really, like, clicked for me, like, it's got, like, underlying, like, creepiness, because not only does the town have that, where, like, they turn into pigs, which scared me, not because of the, like, turning into pigs was fine, but I was just, like, very startled the first time I saw it happen, because they go from, like, these paper guys to, like, a 3D rendering of a pig, and I was like, what the fuck
is that would scare me. I understand what you mean. It's very jarring, probably.
What the hell? And you have to, like, go to, they literally call it the creepy steeple, and you have to find a guy and fight him to turn all the people back. But the problem is that's only half the level, because what ends up happening is that the guy actually stole your body, and you are left behind as a purple shade of yourself. Because he turned, it looked like during the battle that he turned into a version of you that was just like a purple shade, and then you won, and you, like, stuck back with this purple shade that was just, like, hanging out on the ground that looked like Mario, and you press any button, and he jumps up, and you're like, I'm him? That's me? So, he stole my body and my friends? Because you have a bunch of partners at this point, right? Like, you're just like, oh, my body and my friends are fucking gone, and I'm all alone with, like, I still have, like, I think you still have your badges and hammer at least, so it's not, like, completely punishing you, but it was still, like, very, like, oh my god, for me as a kid being like, I got fooled, I got tricked.
You got turned into a purple shade.
He scared me, he became me, I'm him.
A little body snatcher.
Yeah, body snatcher situation. You have to, like, fight him again later, and it sucks because you have to fight your friends now, too. But this is also where you become friends with Vivian, the trans girl, and she, like, tells you about, like, you had been fighting her in the past, because her and her, like, shitty sisters that are mean to her were like, we're working for the bad guys, and we fight you, and blah, 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 and they have a story, like, I'm not explaining it very well, but Vivian's just like, yeah, my sisters suck, I'd rather hang out with you, you're very nice to me, I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you're a little weird shade guy, but I like you.
Well, what kind of purple are you? Are you the purple on the non-binary flag? Is that why Vivian's like, yes, fellow trans person, let's be friends?
Yeah, and also you're kind of the same shade as Vivian, because Vivian's also
Good color choice.
Yeah. And that was kind of, like, I think, like, it's just one of those, like, the game felt so much bigger because of, like, of that, you know? Like, I was like, oh, there's more to this game than I thought. Like, I had already gone through some really cool levels, because, like, the one before the spooky level, you're in a fucking fighting arena, and you just do a lot of battles where you're, like, in a wrestling arena. It's great. God, I could just talk about Paper Mario all day. I'm so sorry. I'm just talking about that instead of my characters. That's why I was like, this might be an unlistenable.
No, we can save this. You just gotta say what Paper Mario. That's so hard. That's a really hard name to say for me in English. I've just discovered.
Yeah, Paper Maria.
Paper Maria. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Where does that accent go?
It as Mario.
I would say Maria. I would say Maria because it's
a
Dutch name is always like I can't say that. That's Dutch and this is English.
It's not that far away though. Paper Maria, Paper Maria, like whatever.
I just don't want to sound pretentious.
I know a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's like Spanish, it's Italian. A lot of people use that word name.
Okay,
you know.
I'm safe. You could just when you say, oh, this is a really cool scene, you could say, hey, this is how Mario C would do this level or would interact with these characters.
Yeah, I would actually be interested in like, would it be like, oh, this is the future because you're Mario's kid, right? Is what I had been thinking. So like, do you run into like a siren sister child? Do you run into like a cousin, like a young siren cousin, and they're non-binary this time or something? Mm-hmm. And they're like, I feel like I could do it because Auntie Vivian was trans, so I could also be trans or something like cute like that.
We love it when kids have a trans role model.
I know.
Makes me tear up a bit.
Yeah, but I also like I played it a lot less, but I also had like Mario Sunshine growing up, and like the bad guy in that, other than Bowser, is his son, Bowser Jr. And I was like, so when I was younger, I was like, what if Bowser Jr. was also in this game and he was your friend?
Bowser Jr. is, as someone who has no interaction with Mario games whatsoever, I've always wondered, like, I know Bowser. I know Bowser Jr. Where'd he come from?
He doesn't know.
Who's his mom?
Because Bowser kept telling him in the game that Peach was his mom. But he was fucking lying. Peach was like, I do not. Or Peach is lying, but like, someone is lying. Peach is like, I do not know who you are, child. I'm sorry. I don't think I could give birth to someone so spiky. I'm sorry.
Oh, that would do things to your body, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, in theory, he probably came out of an egg.
Oh. I guess Bowser could be trans?
Yeah, maybe.
We still would not know how Bowser got pregnant, but, you know.
I mean, people seem to ship Bowser and Luigi, so, like...
Uh-huh. Well,
Luigi's your dad.
Luigi's your dad. And this is your cousin Maria.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's, like, because of the Mario movie. I never ended up seeing, like, the one with Chris Pratt as Mario. But maybe there's, like, sexual tension between Bowser and Luigi. Who knows? I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Bowser Jr. is just cute as well. Like, every time I see art of Bowser Jr., like, oh my god, look at that little guy.
He's just a little guy, and he has a little funny, like, paintbrush. And he has a funny little, bandana. And I was like, what if he decided he wanted to be an artist instead of a bad guy? And so he, like, became one of the partners. Because, like,
Oh, that's so good. I have an image of him, like, slamming the door shut, like, no, Dad, I'm giving up your dream of being evil.
Yeah, exactly. And, when I was a bit older and I, like, was reminded that I came up with, like, these things, I was like, wow, Bowser Jr. is definitely, like, very, the Bowser Jr. I made as a child is very, like, hipster art student coded.
Nice.
Because he, like, designs his own little accessories, like his own bandana and stuff, and he can, like, you know, paint, like, his powers are all paint-based, because they are, you know, anyway, like, when he showed up in, like, Mario Power Tennis and Mario Sunshine and stuff, he had paint-based powers, so I was like, he just keeps those as a grown-up.
Hell yeah.
Because he would
be to have a hobby.
Yeah. Because he would be, like, older than Maria. I think.
How old is Maria in
I don't know.
I was imagining a teenager for some reason.
Yeah, me too, is kind of like, now I'm imagining a teenager. I don't know what I was imagining when I was younger. When I was
Your
younger, I
age,
was
probably.
yeah, no, I thought she was older, because I thought, like, she was maybe the same age as Bowser Jr., because I, like, was like, what if they kiss?
What?
This is before I was like, oh, Luigi's his dad. Because this just happened. Luigi being his dad is just
That's
happening
my
now.
fault.
No, I was the one that
I
was
will
like,
take that one. That's fine.
no, but I don't think I would ship them now, because it feels weird.
Yeah, you've already got a different relationship going on. You're gonna have to make some choices.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. Also, because I think he'd be, like, quite a bit older. He was already, like, born, and then teenager Maria is just like, oh, I want to go on adventures like my dad did, instead of being, like, a princess. And so, like, they meet up, because they're both like, oh, we don't want to be like, well, Maria wants to be like her dad instead of her mom, I guess, but, they're like, oh, we don't want to be, royalty like our parent, like our one parent. What if we go off and go on an adventure?
Oh, they run away.
Yeah.
On a little adventure.
And maybe, like, through the adventure, Bowser Jr. finds out that he's Maria's cousin, and it's like, what the fuck?
And they get to say, well, we're so happy that we never kissed.
What is it, Star Wars?
Remember Star Wars? I was about to
like,
read
is it Star Wars?
I was about to say, we are better.
No, but I think if I were to make, like, Paper Maria now and Paper Bowser Jr. now, like, I'd be like, I don't know. Paper Maria would probably end up just being like, I'm into girls anyway, it's okay. Because I can't not make my characters queer, right?
Ironically, that would have also saved Star Wars a little bit.
Yeah, if Layla was gay.
If Layla was gay, I'm sorry to have
Leia. I said Layla. Fuck. I meant Leia. I meant Princess Leia being gay.
I copied it, not even questioning it. If Leia was gay, I think she would have made better choices.
Maybe.
Or maybe if
worse choices.
Padme had been gay, she would have made better choices.
Oh, true, yeah.
That would have saved the entire franchise.
Yeah, there's a... yeah.
Let's not go into that one.
But, they're just like, oh, Bowser Jr. is just like, oh, it's fine, I don't want to kiss anyone, actually.
Oh, does Bowser get to be Ace in this AU that you've made?
Sure. He becomes Ace, no, I was gonna say he becomes Ace, and he's like, or not, he finds out that he's Ace, and then he's like, he was like, maybe my dad, like, reproduced me asexually, because he doesn't know biology.
Bowser Jr. constantly taking the morning after pill, because he's like, what if I make an egg? Suddenly.
And he's like, because he was like, he thinks at first, like, oh, Ace, like, he learns Ace, and he's like, oh, asexual reproduction. It's like, that's not what that means, buddy.
He doesn't know that yet. They run away. He doesn't get full information.
He's like, I went to art school, not science school.
Would Maria know more? Would Maria be like, yeah, you have to be really careful that you don't accidentally reproduce yourself?
I don't know. Maybe she was, like, kind of a slacker. Like, how does school even work in the Mushroom Kingdom? I don't even know. Like, do people go to school? Because, like, we don't really... I only see
them going to school. I don't think so.
Because they're all kind of, like, adults. And, like, the kids we see are all, like, Toad kids or whatever, you know? And I'm like, they could go to school, I guess. Like, maybe Maria is, like, kind of annoyed that she has to go to school with all these, like, Toad children.
Yeah, maybe that's why she ran away.
Yeah, she's like...
No school, yes adventure.
She's like, oh, they don't get me, because I'm not a Toad, and they keep talking about spreading my spores. I don't get it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, I just made Toad way worse.
Somehow you did. Yeah, I'm proud of you, actually.
Hello! I'm spreading my spores!
It's amazing.
And then she can have, like, some other partners, like, Yoshi Kid is a character from Thousand Year Door that you hatch. So, in some ways, Mario is already a dad, except he never calls you dad, he calls you the Great Gonzalez, because he hops around.
You never called your dad the Great Gonzalez?
No.
Interesting.
He's like, yeah, he hatched from an egg that you saved from being eaten, and he fights with you in the wrestling ring. And he learns your name as Great Gonzalez before he learns, like, oh, it's Mario. But, and he just calls you Great Gonzalez the whole time. And so, like, maybe he's like a wrestler, or even a retired wrestler or something. And, like, And he's like, please, I need your help. Just one last time in the ring. And he's like, I'll do it for the Great Gonzalez's kid. One last time. And then Bowser Jr.'s like, you're not that old, dude. And he's like, I know, but my body gets worn out real fast.
Got an old soul sport.
Wrestling takes a lot out of you, buddy. And he has to, like, you have to, like, beat him, you know? Like, you have to get his belt from him for him to respect you or something, right? Like, yeah, Maria and Bowser Jr., yeah, they have to, like, kick his ass. And he's like, guess I'll help you. And you're like, fuck yeah, I needed that because you needed his, like, ability to run across.
Yeah. And then you get the trope of beating one of your friends before they join you.
Yeah, and that's great.
That's important. We all need a little bit of that Naruto whimsy in our lives.
Yeah, he kind of does have Naruto energy to him, like, not as annoying to me, personally, sorry for Naruto fans, but...
we all know, that's fine. We all know, he's so annoying.
That's part of his charm,
It is! I am also very annoying, and people somehow still love me, so...
And then, like, yeah, maybe you could have, like... Because in the first Paper Mario game, you have, like, a little Goomba named Goombario who's, like, a child who hangs out with you as a partner. Like, either, like, maybe Goombario is, like, adult Goombario's, like, your tattletale guy. He, like, ends up... Because you kind of get a Goomba in both games, you know, to, like, tattle and talk about, like, what each enemy, like, how they'll attack you and stuff. That's kind of their whole thing. And then you get, like, someone with, like, a shell. That could be replaced with Bowser Jr., maybe, because he goes in a shell. But I was thinking he does more, like, paint-type stuff. So maybe you have a little Koopa guy as your friend. And then a lot of times there's, like, a bomb guy, a bomb. Is there any, like, how about you, like, you can always make, like, one of these guys, like, one of the partners. Like, do you know, I know you haven't played a lot of Mario, but, like, you could be like, oh, there's a character, like a little Koopa character who does funny stuff, and you have to do something to get him on your side.
The Koopa's the one that you jump on and then they die. The ones that look like walking turrets.
Turtles, yeah.
Oh, those are the turtles!
Yeah.
I thought you meant the little brown things.
The little brown things are Goombas.
Those are Goombas, and we are talking about Koopas.
You could do Goomba, too.
This conversation feels how it feels when I talk about my blorbos to people. The words just blurring together.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I know Boo and I know Bowser Jr. I have a very specific list of young knowledge.
Make a Boo character.
I can make a little Boo.
Yeah. What would your little Boo, like, what would the, there's usually, like, an area that you get the partner in, like, because there's different areas you kind of go to like, collect the MacGuffins of the game, right? Like, you have stars, or star spirits, depending on... You have to, like, find them. They have, like, they're really strong, and the bad guys want to use them for their powers and stuff. So, like, maybe you're like, oh, I need a ghost guy to go invisible for some reason.
Oh, yeah, to go ghost.
And the only reason, to go ghost. You need to be a little Danny Phantom in this.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh, you find, like, just the right ghost guy. What does Mr. Ghost Guy do? Ghost girl, ghost person?
Ghosting. What I remember is that in order to differentiate the characters, they usually get a little accessory, right?
Yes, that's exactly it. Yes. Like, Goombario has a hat on. He's not just a Goomba, he's a Goomba with a blue hat on.
We love a good hat.
And Cooper is a Koopa with a blue shell instead of green. And,
I was thinking, maybe he can have, like, a little mushroom hat or a little turtle shell because they're undercover pretending to be be something else.
The Boo is pretending?
Yeah.
That's cute.
And it's super obvious.
That's really cute!
Because it's like a maybe it's just like a floating turtle shell. And he's like, yeah, I'm a Koopa.
I'm
totally.
Koopa. See my shell.
See my shell, and it's like your face is beneath your shell.
It's like, buddy, you're like a white ghost guy.
Nice. Yeah.
That's cute. Maybe he has like his name's just like Koopo,
Yeah.
Combining
What's your
Koopa
name?
and Boo.
What's your name?
Koopo. Actually, I think Koopo might be the sound that... I think that's a Final Fantasy, like...
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, those little things. Those are Koopos.
You're not called Koopo.
Are you not called Koopos?
I don't think so.
I have to Google it. I played one Final Fantasy game
No, they're called Moogles. That's right, they're called Moogles.
But what is... I definitely... Koopo is definitely something I know from somewhere.
They say Koopo for some reason.
Oh. Why don't they say
Moogle? I have no
Yeah.
idea. Koopo is a trademark utterance of Moogles. The Moogles' favorite food, Koopo nuts, derives its name from it.
Well, it's the trademark noise they make, and it's the name of the very normal character.
The very normal Koopa that you made. Koopa.
Yeah, the very normal Koopa that I made called Koopo.
He like.
It's gonna be very good friends with Maria.
Yeah. Koopo can. I like the idea that Koopo, like, even though he's not a Koopa, he's like still like, yeah, I can use my shell like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets like kind of dizzy inside of it. Like you like use him and then he pops out and he's like, ugh. See, I'm just a regular Koopa. And then like maybe by the end of the area, like he still is just like he eventually will come out and be like, yeah, I guess I'm a boo.
Like, guys, I have a confession to make. This might come
everyone's
as
like-
a shock to you.
And everyone's like, we know, dude.
It's a trans metaphor.
It's a trans metaphor? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you come out and people are like, I know, like, bro, don't say
Bro.
that. I put a lot of effort in pretending.
No, I'm trying so hard.
I thought I was so good at it. Don't you all believe that was a Koopa?
And like he still like even though gets a little dizzy and he like confessed that he's not a Koopa, he's still just like, yeah, I'll still use the shell for you in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You need it.
Exactly.
And then we already kind of made like non-binary character. I should show you what Vivian looks like just so you're not like, who the hell is that?
I know she's purple.
Yeah. She's a purple like witch lady is kind of what she looks like.
Ooh. Two very good things to be.
Where's the... Hold on. Copy image. Ta-da!
Oh, she's adorable!
I know! She's so cute!
Oh, I love her.
And she can, like, make you invisible in a different way than, like, Boo's would, you know? Like, the Boo character, would, like, touch you when you go invisible, but she, like, pulls you under the shadows. Because she's connected to the shadows.
That is so cool.
She's a shadow siren. And, she's cool. She's got, like, fire magic powers, too. Because, like, all her siblings all have, like, magic that have, like, elemental stuff to them. I think the oldest one is, like, ice or something. There's also there's a chubby one. I don't remember. Hers might just be earth powers, which is a little bit, like, god damn it. Oh, the fat one can shake the earth? Really? Cool. Alright. Thanks, Mario.
Did you ever describe what Maria looks like?
No, I didn't. I just said she had brown hair, and that's it.
Brown hair.
Very descriptive.
Does she have the Mario mustache?
Oh, she didn't when I was younger, because I was like, girls don't have mustaches.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, maybe she does.
Maybe she does.
Maybe she has a little mustache.
Does she wear like, red clothes, you think? Or would she choose a different color?
I feel like she'd maybe choose a different color. She doesn't want to be exactly her dad.
Because everyone in the family has a color, right? In the Mario thingy?
Yeah, like, Luigi's green, Mario's red, and then, like, their evil counterparts that aren't related to them. There's yellow Wario, purple Waluigi. So there's already a purple.
Blue?
Blue could work. Blue might be cute. Actually, I think Peach has blue eyes. So it'd be kind of cool if she had brown,
yeah.
like, Mario's brown hair, Peach's blue eyes, and had, like, blue clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, knowing younger Morg, I probably would have been like, yeah, blue. I think at one point that was, like, my favorite color.
It's a
I
good
like
color.
purple. Now I'm more of a purple person. But I like blue, too. I also like blue.
I like most colors.
Yeah.
There's one color I hate, but, you know, that's just life.
It happens.
It happens.
Do you think she would, like, take her dad's hammer with her? Like, she's like, I'm gonna sneak away and take the hammer. And that's how you get your first, like, old, dusty hammer before you, like, upgrade it?
She does need something to start with, yeah.
Yeah.
Does she wear overalls as well, like the whole work outfit?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to think about, too.
Like, it could be the whole work outfit, but with a little frilly shirt underneath, which I think is one of the best combos anyone could wear ever.
Yeah, that could be cute. What would the frills on the, like, sleeves or something?
Yeah, like puffy sleeves and then the little frills in the front where the buttons go.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Or, Or it's, like, still, like, more practical, maybe, than wearing, like, a dress in the field, like her mom.
Yeah, I was, like, trying to combine Peach and Mario's aesthetics.
Maybe since this is, like, if this is, like, a new gen game, like, maybe they're like, you can upgrade what Maria looks like, and then you can, like, change it to be looking more, you know, like, I'm gonna play as a butch Maria. I'm gonna play as a more femme Maria.
It's like those games where you get to choose good or evil paths, but you get to choose how mask or how femme Maria ends up looking based on your choices.
Like that. I was just thinking, like, you picked up them as, like, badges, but I kind of like that better.
You use the hammer to get in somewhere. It's like extra femme points. And you're like, yeah, that tracks. Definitely.
You do more stylish moves so you get more femme points. You do more, I don't know. Maybe they just give you femme.
I think it should just be randomized.
Yeah, it should be randomized. You're right, it should be randomized. I'm trying to gender essentialize my fucking...
It would not work if it was really, like, if it made sense. It's gotta be something that you would need a full game guide for. This is how you get the perfect Femme Maria playthrough. And it has the most random ass shit on it.
Yes. And then you, like, accidentally do one thing wrong and you're like, oh, Femboy Maria? What?
Femboy Maria?
What did I do?
Perfection. Yes, I'm a fan. This was my plan all along, to make Maria a femboy.
Mm-hmm. There is a character named Twink, real.
And there's... Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Do you want to guess what Twink is?
Twink is gonna be... It's not gonna be a human. They would know not to do that. It's gonna be one of the turtles.
No. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
It's a star. Like Twinkle.
Oh my god, I should have guessed that. That makes so much sense.
He's a little star person. I didn't tell you that there were star people, so maybe that was a little bit...
I should have known. I did at one point in my life own a Mario Party game. Where you have stars. But
but those ones didn't have...
like it.
There's like a star... There's like stars like that are just like objects, but there's also like star people.
I think it's important to tell all the twinks in our lives that they're little stars.
Aww. Oh, no.
And tell all the stars in our lives they're twinks.
They're twinks! Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think the one...
Sorry, I'm making this such an unhinged one.
No, we knew going in this was going to be
We knew going in. This is what happens when I have no prep.
It was either going to be like, this is going to be scrapped, or it's going to be unhinged. And, you know, at least I didn't spend the whole time talking about Dazzing Your Door, so, like, people can be like, wow, I want to play this game without, like, me taking every surprise away from it, you know?
Yeah, I think everybody should now play this game, and tell us if they would end up with Femme or Mask Maria. I think that's genuinely a game concept that I would love to play.
Me too.
Especially if it's randomized, it would not be fun if I could predict it, because then it would be gender stereotypes. But if it was, if it was super random, I would love that.
What if every game, like, every game's, like, different, or, like, there's, like, a seed. Like, your game has a seed attached with it, so, like, even if, like, you tried to find out the code online, it's, like, not the same for your game.
Yeah.
That would be a nightmare to program, I'm sure, because these are, like, physical games. They're not, like, seeded games in the same way, like a game like a Rogue. Like,
yeah, and we don't want a game that requires DLC, because I am a strong believer that if I buy a game, I should be able to play the entire game when I get home. I know that is... I'm a Fire Emblem fan, and I hate that.
That's becoming less and less of a thing. I mean, even some games have free DLC. And I think
but then I still need an internet connection.
Yeah, you do.
And you do have to pay for the online services.
You do.
Nintendo, right?
You do, yeah. I have a family plan with some friends.
I also have a family plan with some friends. It's amazing how wide my family is.
Uh-huh.
When you look at all my plans for my subscriptions.
Yeah.
I sure am married a lot, huh?
They're all your cousins, don't worry.
They're all my cousins.
They're all your non-binary cousins.
Yeah, so I was actually born from Bowser through an egg.
Oh, shit!
And I keep finding new cousins.
Bowser does have a lot of children. He's got, like, these Koopalings.
Yeah, and we all share a family plan.
That would be kind of sick. Sharing a family plan with all the Koopalings. I feel like I've also just taught you some, like, crazy Mario lore today.
I'm going into the world knowing everything I need to know about Mario, and if anyone ever talks to me about it, I could be like, yeah, I know Mario. Luigi fucked Bowser. And then
No! No! Fuck. What the hell has happened?
This is why my friends tell me this podcast is sometimes an experience.
Good. I'm glad your friends are experiencing it. I think that's kind of all I had, unless you want me to just keep talking about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
You were free to talk about it. Maybe we should not add it to the podcast.
Right.
I'm so sorry. Listeners, let us know if we need to do a bonus episode.
No.
Morg just... Well, you can just stream it.
Or I just keep... Yeah.
We get 1,000 signatures.
I guess we did do the Getter Robo episode, to be fair. So yeah. This was kind of a Getter Robo episode, with just a little bit of OC sprinkled on top. Like, this was a Paper Mario episode.
No, because I entered this with no Mario knowledge, and I exited with an OC called Koopo.
True, you did make Koopo. We love Koopo.
A ghost with a turtle shell going through a crisis.
Hashtag we love Koopo.
Hashtag we love Koopo.
Hashtag in the Discord, we love Koopo.
Let me just use your settings. How would I edit that? No, that's the wrong one. I don't want to edit my full name. I want to edit...
I always fucking do that.
Where is it? Move it!
No, Discord has fucked you.
Why did they make it so complicated to change my name? Server settings? No? I don't know what I would change it to either to make it make sense.
No, it wouldn't make sense.
I can't make a short enough joke with it.
No. Koopaboo. Just...
Koopaboo.
Koopabo.
I guess I am cursed to remain the pound cube. For
yeah. As for us, you can find our Discord. Well, I should do the other stuff first. Sorry, I was just thinking about Discord because you were on Discord.
Yeah, because I was on. This is riveting podcasting. We might have to cut that one out.
Okay. You can find us on Tumblr, co-host. I think Blue Sky too. Check out this guy. You can find the podcast itself on noisepace.xyz, where you can find a lot of good podcasters and podcasts, including my podcasts. Let me see how many ways I can say podcast. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
You were gonna say a podcast from Noisepace.
I was, but I don't know which one. I was just gonna say listen to...
What recently updated?
I was talking about Prime Cuts earlier to someone, so listen to Prime Cuts with Transformers.
I don't know if Doctor Who is a Noisepace one.
It is.
Doctor Who is a lot of fun.
Doctor Who.
I love that one.
Sam and Jordan's podcasts are all the ones that they do together. At least, like, with just the two of them, they're all Noisepace podcasts.
Hell yeah,
and they're all good.
They are so good.
You find this Discord in the fucking description, I think.
We hope. Otherwise, you're fucked.
I think I linked them also on the various sites I'm on too. I think I'm doing this a little bit out of order because I'm so used to like Izzy being on to talk about the Discord, so I'm like,
Izzy, we need you.
But yeah, come talk to us about Paper Mario and the first three especially. So Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and Super Paper Mario. I will defend Super Paper Mario, even if it's not the same. We also do a lot of streams in the Discord, so it's a lot of fun. It's pretty active for like how small the podcast is. Where can we find you, Quatre?
Where can you find Quatre? I've been mostly active on Tumblr, that is matchfromcouch.tumblr.com, or on Instagram, which is at Quatre _cosplay. If you do follow me on Instagram, you need to shoot me a message and be like, please make me your best friend, because if you're my best friend, you get the unhinged stories.
Oh boy.
It's not that they're unhinged, I don't want to put my read-alongs on my regular stories in case people want to opt out of those.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not on no other social media, because 2 is already a lot to keep up with. Sometimes I forget one or the other for a couple of weeks.
Me too. But you can find me on Tumblr also at Haunting the Morg. You can find me most places at Haunting the Morg, including co-hosts, but my main co-host is Gengar.
2 co-hosts. 2 of them.
Yeah, they're connected. They're connected together, kind of like how Tumblrs can be connected together. You know, like multiple Tumblrs.
Like a side blog. A side hosts.
Yeah, side host. Yeah, Haunting the Morg is more like a side host, I guess. Coast? They call posts coasts or chosts. I'm not really sure how to say it. It's a fucking mouthful. And you can find me on my other podcast, which is also Noise Space, Sonic Hustle, a complete and total Sonic lore podcast. I think the most recent one is on Sonic Advance. Yeah. It's a pretty short one, so it might be good if you're like, I don't know if I want to listen to this. Just to, like, listen to that, hear the vibes, feel like it, listen to more that are longer.
I am certain the vibes are immaculate.
We try. Some days are more successful than others. Yeah. And since I did this all out of order, how do we finish this?
Kaboo, everyone!
Kaboo! I wish I could do like a boo laugh without sounding like a crazy person, and I would end it like that.
Honestly, boo sounds like a crazy person, so...
Yeah! That's kind of how it sounds.
Perfect. Perfect. We leave you with this.
Alright, good night.